Hi there, you're watching Malika Astrology, and this is your Vedic Astrology forecast for June for the sign of Leo. Before we dive in, one important note. This channel is dedicated to Vedic astrology, also known as Jyotish. This is not the same as the Western horoscopes most people are familiar with. In the Vedic system, the signs are calculated differently, so your Vedic sign may not be the one you think you know. Check out the first video on this channel. I explain the difference there in detail. And one more thing, the forecasts here are based on your rising sign, your ascendant, not your sun sign. If you don't know your Vedic ascendant, simply send me your date of birth, your exact time of birth, and your place of birth. I'll help you find it. All my contact details are in the description below. All right, let's talk about June, because for Leo, this month is a very interesting one. What is this month really about? June for Leo is a month of contrasts. On one side, powerful career and social activity, the desire to act, to achieve, to be seen. On the other side, very serious inner work connected to home, family, and psychological roots. These two streams run at the same time, and the task of this month is to hold both of them without losing either one. The central theme is this: the gap between what you want to achieve on the outside and what is happening on the inside. June will not allow Leo to be only public or only private. You will need to hold both poles at once. The first half is active, driven, focused on career and communication. The second half goes deeper, quieter, with important inner shifts. Let's go through it step by step. Sun in the 10th house, through June 15th in Taurus. Let's start with the most visible piece. The Sun is in Taurus, and for Leo, that's your 10th house. The house of career, reputation, social status, and professional achievement. What is the 10th house? It's your place in the world, what you're known for and respected for. Career, public visibility, professional ambition, your social weight. The Sun in the 10th house is a very strong configuration for career. You are literally at the center of attention in your professional sphere. People notice you. Your work gets seen. Your initiatives get recognized. For Leo, a sign that naturally seeks acknowledgement, this is a particularly satisfying configuration. The stage is set. Step onto it. Through June 15th, this is a strong window for important career moves, conversations about advancement, and public appearances of any kind. Mercury in the 11th house. May 29th through June 22nd in Gemini. Mercury is in Gemini, and for Leo, that's your 11th house. The house of income, big goals, friends, and communities. Mercury in its home sign means a sharp mind, fast speech, and effortless communication. In the 11th house for Leo, this translates to very active networking, income negotiations, exchanging ideas about the future, and reaching the right people through your connections. A good time for finding useful contacts, discussing financial terms, and promoting your ideas through your social circle. Anything that involves the mind and the word in the context of growth and income is working especially well right now. And Venus is there too, at least for the first part of the month. Venus in the 11th house, through June 8th in Gemini. Venus is also in your 11th house at the start of June. It adds charm, ease, and warmth to the themes of community and income. Venus in the 11th house means warm relationships with friends and colleagues, pleasant connections through shared interests, and the possibility of earning through beauty or creativity. Socializing brings genuine joy. Connections form easily. Through June 8th, this is a particularly good window for networking, pleasant meetings in a professional context, and any situation where making the right impression matters. And in the very first hours of June, one last impulse from Jupiter in the 11th house. Jupiter in the 11th house, through June 1st in Gemini. Jupiter is still in your 11th house in the very first days of June. Jupiter in the 11th is one of the best transits for income and the fulfillment of desires. It expands your possibilities through your circle and brings financial growth. On June 1st, Jupiter leaves your 11th house. A nearly year-long period of support in the area of income and communities comes to a close. Everything you gained during that time, the connections, the opportunities, the financial results, that is your foundation going forward. Now Jupiter changes direction, and I'll tell you where it's going in just a moment. But first, something I want to draw your particular attention to. May 11th through June 20th in Aries. Mars is in Aries, and for Leo, that's your ninth house. The house of higher education, philosophy, foreign connections, spirituality, and long journeys. Mars in the ninth house is a burning desire to expand your horizons, a strong pull toward knowledge, toward beliefs, toward the bigger picture. You may feel a real urge to travel, to study something meaningful, to stand up for your convictions with intensity. The energy around foreign connections and education is very high right now. But here's the nuance worth holding. Mars in the ninth house can bring a kind of fanaticism in beliefs, an intolerance for other points of view, a desire to push your philosophy onto others. Stay open to dialogue, even when you're absolutely certain you're right. This is a good time for starting a course of study, taking a long trip, working with foreign partners, or publishing your ideas and convictions. And throughout the whole month, a few longer transits are running in the background. Rahu in the seventh house, all month in Aquarius. Rahu is in your seventh house, the house of partnership, marriage, and business alliances. This is a powerful transit in the area of relationships. The pull toward partners is amplified. Unexpected, vivid people may appear who quite literally capture your attention. In business, tempting partnership offers may arrive. But Rahu always brings fog, and in the seventh house, it's particularly deceptive. A partner may look ideal and turn out to be an illusion. A business alliance may promise everything and carry hidden risks. Look at partners with clear eyes. Verify the reality of promises through actions, not words. Ketu in the first house, all month in Leo. Ketu is sitting directly in your sign, in your first house, and this is an important configuration that cannot be ignored. Ketu in the first house is the planet of detachment and spiritual seeking, placed right in the house of your identity. Ketu here is essentially saying this: who you thought you were before, that's no longer quite who you are. A deep reassessment of your own identity is underway. This can feel like a reduced interest in the public recognition that used to matter, a sense that old roles and masks no longer fit, a desire to find something more real within yourself. This is not an easy transit, but it is a very important one. Ketu in the first house clears away what is unnecessary and leaves only what is genuine. Trust this process. Saturn in the eighth house, all month in Pisces. Saturn is in your eighth house, the house of transformation, hidden resources, and deep change. This is one of the most serious long-term transits. Saturn in the eighth slowly and thoroughly transforms the deepest layers of life. It's not fast and it's not easy, but this process makes Leo significantly more psychologically mature and resilient. On the practical side, be careful with shared finances, loans, and inheritance matters. Anything involving other people's money requires extra attention and legal clarity. And now, the main event of June. And I want to say up front, this one is not obvious, but it is very important. The main event of June. Jupiter enters Cancer. June 1st. Jupiter moves into the 12th house of Leo, into Cancer. On June 1st, Jupiter leaves your 11th house and moves into your 12th, and this deserves a real conversation. Jupiter is the most benefic planet in Vedic astrology. Cancer is the sign of Jupiter's exaltation, its maximum power. But for Leo, Cancer is the 12th house, the house of completions, solitude, hidden processes, expenditures, and spirituality. You might ask, how does the most benefic planet at its most powerful end up in the house of the hidden? That's the paradox. And at the same time, that's the gift. Jupiter in the 12th house means growth through the inner, not the outer. A blossoming in the spiritual and psychological sphere. Support in solitude, in meditation, in creative work done in silence. Opportunities through foreign connections, especially unexpected or hidden ones. Protection from hidden opponents. Expenses may rise, but through Jupiter, they often turn out to be investments rather than losses. Jupiter in exaltation in the 12th house is a special kind of grace. It doesn't announce itself, it doesn't shine outward. It is quiet, deep, and very real. This is a period when Leo can make an enormous inner leap forward if you allow yourself to grow on the inside rather than seeking recognition on the outside. Jupiter will be here until the end of October 2026. Use this time for inner work, spiritual growth, and preparation for the next big cycle. Now, what happens in the second half of the month? Sun moves into the 11th house. From June 15th in Gemini. On June 15th, the Sun leaves the career-focused 10th house and moves into the 11th, the house of income, goals, and communities. The emphasis shifts. Less about public status, more about results and income. Mercury is already in the 11th house at this point. The Sun joins it and amplifies the communicative activity around goals and earnings. A good time to take stock of the first half of the month and have conversations about income. And on June 8th, something interesting happens in your 12th house. Venus moves into the 12th house. From June 8th in Cancer. From June 8th, Venus leaves the 11th house and moves into the 12th, right where Jupiter is already waiting. Venus in the 12th house is hidden beauty, quiet pleasure, romance in solitude. Feelings turn inward. They become deeper but less public. A time for quiet romantic moments away from other people's eyes, for creative work done in silence, for taking care of yourself in private. When Venus meets Jupiter in the 12th house, unexpected and very pleasant events can arrive through hidden channels. A connection in an unexpected setting. A gift from life coming from a surprising source. Beauty found exactly where you didn't expect it. And after June 20th, a shift you will definitely feel. Mars moves into the 10th house. From June 20th in Taurus. After June 20th, Mars moves into Taurus, your 10th house. This is a significant shift. In the first half of the month, the career impulse came from the Sun. Now Mars, the planet of action and will, connects to the career theme. The desire to achieve, to break through, to claim your place in your professional world becomes even more intense. Mars in the 10th house is a powerful career engine, but also possible conflicts with management or a battle for position. Direct this energy toward building, not confrontation. Health in June. A few things worth paying attention to this month. The heart and back. Leo is physically connected to the heart, spine, and upper back. Ketu in the first house can reduce overall vitality. Pay attention to these areas. Don't ignore tension in your back, hidden exhaustion. Jupiter and Venus in the 12th house are an invitation to rest and restore. If you haven't given yourself a real pause in a long time, June is literally creating the conditions for one. Don't resist the desire to withdraw and recover. The nervous system. Mercury in the 11th and the Sun in the 10th create a high-tempo first half. Lots of communication, career decisions, social activity. pauses between active periods are not optional, they're necessary. Inner restlessness. Ketu in the first house can bring periods of inner emptiness or a feeling of lost direction. This is normal for this transit. Spiritual practice, meditation, and time in nature are your best allies right now. Money in June. The financial picture for Leo in June is layered. Jupiter is leaving the 11th house, closing a period of active financial growth through your circle. But Mercury and the Sun in the 11th house in the second half of the month continue to support the income theme through negotiation and communication. Venus and Jupiter in the 12th house may bring expenses, but often unexpectedly pleasant ones. Investing in yourself, in your health, in travel, in inner growth. Rahu in the 7th house draws in financially interesting partners, but their real intentions need to be verified. The main advice: don't look for quick money through partnerships. Look for reliable people. Career in June. June is one of the most active career months for Leo. The Sun in the 10th house through June 15th makes you visible in your professional sphere. A strong window for important presentations, public appearances, and conversations about your status. Mars in the 9th house adds energy through education and international connections. If your career involves foreign partners or teaching, June is particularly productive. After June 20th, Mars moves into the 10th house, and the career impulse intensifies even further, though with a risk of conflict. Saturn in the 8th house calls for caution in partnership projects. Check agreements carefully and make sure everything is legally clear. Love and relationships in June. Rahu in the 7th house makes the partnership theme one of the brightest of the month, and also one of the most requiring attention. The pull toward people is strong. Meetings can feel significant and even fated. But Rahu in the 7th also brings the risk of idealizing a partner and feeling disappointed when the fog clears. Through June 8th, Venus in the 11th house makes socializing warm and easy. A connection through mutual friends or a professional setting is very possible. After the 8th, Venus moves into the 12th house and meets Jupiter there. Romance becomes quiet, deep, and private. For those in relationships, a period of real inner closeness, not public, but genuine. For those who are looking, an important meeting may happen in the most unexpected place. The month in summary. June for Leo is a month where the public and the private exist side by side. The first half is bright, career-focused, socially active. The Sun in the 10th house, Mercury and Venus in the 11th. Everything is working toward visibility, reputation, and income. Mars in the 9th adds energy through knowledge and conviction. The second half goes deeper and quieter. Jupiter in exaltation in the 12th house is an invitation to real inner work. And I want to say this clearly: that is not weakness, that is wisdom. A Leo who knows how to not only shine outward, but grow inward, becomes truly unstoppable. Your opportunities in June. Career advancement and professional visibility. Income negotiations and valuable connections. Growth through education and international contacts. Inner spiritual growth and psychological maturation. And quiet, unexpected, beautiful events through Venus and Jupiter in the 12th house. Where to be more careful. Idealizing partners, both romantic and professional. Expenses running higher than usual. Career conflicts from impatience after the 20th. Shared finances and partnership agreements. And periods of reduced vitality or feeling uncertain about your direction. The main message of June. June is asking Leo to do the thing that is hardest for this sign. to step away from the public stage and look inward. Jupiter in exaltation in the 12th house is a rare and genuinely precious gift. The opportunity to grow not for recognition, but for yourself. That growth, quiet, internal, invisible to any audience, will become the foundation of the next great leap forward. Plant now, and you will harvest later. This has been the general transit forecast for Leo in Vedic astrology. It describes the tendencies for everyone with this ascendant. But your personal story is always richer and more specific than any general forecast can capture. Your natal chart holds something this forecast simply cannot give you. Which themes will be most significant for you personally? How strongly these transits will show up in your life? And which moments this month could be genuinely pivotal for you and no one else? That's what a personal reading is for. If you'd like to explore your natal chart, reach out to me. All you need is your date of birth, your exact time of birth, and your place of birth. All my contact details are below this video. You can also order a full year ahead forecast. Until the next forecast, and may June bring you exactly what you need.